Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Neurodiverse and Restless. I'm your host, John Arroyo. And I was out for a couple of days because I didn't feel good, but I'm back, and boy, I am so hyped. So today I'm going to be doing my recap of NXT before Halloween Havoc and also breaking down the card and doing predictions. So let's get right into it. So we open up with Tatum Paxley and Nicole. Tatum Paxley won the Women's Battle Royal last week. So now this week, Halloween Havoc, she's going to face JC Jane for the NXT Women's Championship. And she deserves it. She talks about how she crawled and nailed her way to get this opportunity. She didn't get a title opportunity in almost like 3 years. I think the last match she had was with Roxanne and Lyra Valkyria. That was a long time ago. And then JC comes out saying, really? You're the one I'm going to supposedly beat? Tatum says, we're kind of alike. We're underrated at first. Look at you. You build an empire. Now it's my turn. JC Jane says, I don't like that. She thinks that Izzy shouldn't win. Tatum says, we are not starting that beef. I know what you're trying to do. A giant brawl happens, and later in the show, we get the Cullen versus Fatal Influence in a really good tag team match. Then we get the X Division title match with Stax Lorenzo with Ariana Grace, the newest power couple of NXT, with Leon Slater. Leon Slater came in flying around, doing his thing, iconic. That cartwheel, monkey flip, and then the offensive springboard's really cool. I like how Stax tried to keep him down and grounded. Ariana Grace got involved. And then Javon Evans touched Ariana Grace. That got Stax mad, and with all of that distractions, Leon Slater picks up the win. And Leon and Evans is like, we want some competition for Halloween Havoc. Let's have a tag team match. And guys, Triple A is coming for Halloween Havoc. La Lucha Doors are coming for Halloween Havoc. So we had La Porca and Mystery Iguana, guys. And they said, how can you have Halloween Havoc without us? So let's do a tag team match, Lucha style. So guys, Halloween Havoc, we have Leon Slater, Javon Evans, La Porca, and Mystery Iguana in a killer tag team match. I love it. I love how we're booking Leon and Evans as a tag team and having them go against La Porca and Iguana. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be one of the matches of the night, as well as, guys, Triple A is getting more involved. Are we going to get a Worlds Collide with TNA, NXT, and Triple A? Because I cannot wait for that. Hopefully that's the case. Then we get the first match of the men's speed tournament. So we had Zachary Wins versus Jasper Troy. And I was really interested because Jasper Troy in the speed division does not click in my brain, but it actually kind of worked. So Zachary Wins went fast, kicks, stomps, and even that killer suicide dive taking them both out. And then again, doing anything in his power to take out Jasper. But at the end, Jasper overpowers Wentz and hits him with a big slam for the win. Pretty much beating him in under 3 minutes. Jasper Troy seems like pretty much the one that's going to win the speed tournament. But we will talk about the other match later on as well. And then we get some women's drama backstage. So Kalani Jordan is trying to get into the NXT women's locker room, but all the women did not like her because she switched sides and she's Team TNA and she's the TNA Knockout Champion. So Armstrong, Grace, Jada, Lola, they're throwing all her stuff out the locker room. Jordan Grace says it's okay. When I first got here, they treated me like that. I feel like an outsider too. And Kalani's like, I do not care. I think you're just jealous because I'm Kalani. I'm Kalani Jordan, and I did this more than you can. And look at me. You never won a title yet in NXT. Grace looks mad. Hopefully this means Jordan Grace and Kalani Jordan for the TNA title, because let's be honest, TNA have no woman, so Jordan Grace can get the title back. At least TNA can do something with the women's division, so we need to see how that all goes. And then we get Dirkstate doing the promo, but halfway during the promo, something unexpected happens. The Hardys show up. They talk about how Dirkstate want to take some out, but it's funny. And then we get Broken Matt and Jeff Hardy. We get the Broken Hardys. We get the vignette. Guys, have you ever watched Broken Hardys in TNA? They were so good. Broken Matt Hardy is one of my favorite characters of all time. Delete. They had the house. They had the family. They had everything. And it's going to be an unsanctioned match. An unsanctioned broken match. Most likely, this brawl is going to happen in the Hardys mansion. So I cannot wait to see the chaos. And what tomfoolery and what funny, crazy out of this world thing, so Hardys are going to bring to this tag team match of Broken Chaos. Then we get the Women's North American Championship match announced. So we supposed to get Blake Monroe versus Ruca a Halloween Havoc, but due to last Friday, Ruca getting her leg injured thanks to Blake Monroe distraction, Soul comes out and she says she's injured and she will not be able to defend the North American Championship, so she had to relinquish it, like she had to let it go. And then Zoria says, that's not fair, we need to do something. And Blake comes out saying, well, if nobody's going to defend the title, just give it to me. And Blake is not wrong, but also, why in the hell is Soul getting rid of the North American but not the Speed? If that's the case, Soul should just lose both titles. Like, that was the confuser part for me. Because if Soul's going to be out for a while, why is she still holding the Speed title? Whatever. I guess that's at least something, so when she comes back. And then Zoria makes a good point. She's like, well, I can defend it in Soul's honor. And Blake is happy with it. Ava's like, you know what? Why not? So at Halloween Havoc, we have Zoria versus Blake for the North American Women's Championship. And Blake literally gets demolished by Zoria, just beating the hell out of her. So we have Big Heart versus Big Ego, who's going to win at Halloween Havoc. My prediction is Blake Monroe is going to win, because Zoria's going to be way too angry and lose. And I feel like this is the beginning of Zoria's heel turn. Because the way that Zoria just out of nowhere said, oh, well, I can defend the title and I can be champion, like the interim when you're gone. Like, I feel like Zoria was waiting for a moment like this. So we have to see how that all plays out. Then we get the Speed Tournament Round 2 for the second half of the bracket. So we have Axiom versus Super Sean Legacy. And guys, I've been watching Evolve lately. Super Sean Legacy is so good. He is going to be a face of NXT soon. I can see him. He's going to get that Evolve Championship. Super Sean Legacy is amazing. Axiom is amazing. I forgot how good Axiom is good on his own as well. Really fast counters, submission. Beautiful Spanish fly at the end from Axiom to pick up the win. So Axiom will face Jasper Troy next. So it would be Speed versus Power. My money is still on Jasper Troy, and he will just crush Americano, and the Speed title would be Jasper Troy's championship that he holds for a while and just pretty much proves itself. But maybe Action will pick up the win. Really interesting. This match is not on the Halloween Havoc card, so most likely this finals match will happen next week. Then we get a killer epic promo from Ethan Page. So Ethan Page talks about Dr. Wagner Jr.'s history. El Nino de Dr. Wagner Jr.'s history in AAA, how his dad was the original, he's the secondary, he just won the mega AAA North American title, like that really pristine. And Ethan says, screw all of that. You're coming after my title and you want to do a Day of the Dead match? So I saw the stuff you did in AAA. I saw the violent matches you did. You don't think I studied? And when Ethan turns around, he has that skull paint. He's getting a little bit Darby Allin. Like, excuse me, Ethan Page, I think you're still in Darby Allin nachos, because that face paint looked really much like Darby Allin, like WWE, like it's giving Darby Allin, like what the hell? But it's kind of cool, it's kind of bad. So we have to see how Ethan goes all out with this Day of the Dead match. Then we get OTM versus Hank and Take, and right away it was a brawl, all-man brawling. Hank and Take did some really good moves, but OTM overpowers them and picks up the win. Pretty much OTM would be the next in line after Halloween Havoc for the Tag Team Championships, so we have to see who will face OTM maybe down the line. Then backstage, we have Ren Sinclair on the phone with Charlie Dempsey. She says she's done with Charlie, and she wants to make her own quarter catch crew, but only woman. So she tried to recruit Last Legend. Last Legend says, hell no, I'm done with the faction. She's solo. She got to give smack to Ren. And then the newest Evolve Women's Champion. Yes, Kendall Gray won the Woman Evolve Champion at the first ever Evolve Premium Live event. Congratulations to Kendall Gray. So Kendall tells Lash, back up and don't talk to my girl like that. And Lash says, what you gonna do? You just won the title. You seem pretty hyped for a rookie. And Kendall says, well, this rookie have a lot to do. So most likely, if we get Lash versus Kendall Gray for the Evolve Women Championship, I would not be mad. And hey, if Lash takes the title off of Gray, That'd be good. So I kind of like the storyline, and we're getting involved superstars on NXT in big storylines now. I really like it. Then we get Fatal Influence versus the Cullen. In a really good match, Laney Reed and JC Jane did some pretty good offense, but Tatum and Izzy kind of stole the spotlight because when they work together, they were good. I love when Tatum does like the cannonball into the corner and Izzy helps her like does like this armbar stretch, really cool back and forth. Izzy, anytime she tapped in, she looked dominant, screaming. Pretty much Izzy is mad that Tatum is getting this opportunity over Izzy. You see it last week and you see it in the match tonight. Great back and forth. A crazy argument outside with Fallon, Russell Colin. Just pure chaos. At the end, Tatum picks up the win and holds the title. Kind of prance it around. So this is my prediction. I think Tatum Paxley could maybe win the championship just because I feel like she's the biggest underdog, and this brings both storylines more ahead. The whole Izzy Tatum, as well as the Fatal Influence maybe falling apart. Because if JC Jane loses to Tatum, Fallon and Laney ain't gonna like it. So it's a lot of factors in play. So this match would be the one to look out for as well, just how the storyline is gonna be played out. And then for the main event, we got the contract signing of Ricky Saints and Trick Williams, and boy, was it heated and a lot to say. So Trick tells Ricky, boy, I've been doing this longer than you in NXT. I pretty much reinvented NXT. The title you're holding, I've reinvented it. Ricky says, most of the stuff I did to get here, Trick, you would have crumbled and fold. Ricky's a fighter, he's a defender, and also, Trick, you copy Ricky. Ever since Ricky became a thing in the Indies, the smooth charisma, the attitude, Trick is just a knock cheap off of Ricky Saints. Damn. Both of them get heated, both of them sign a contract, and then a big brawl happens. So pretty much the main event for Halloween Havoc is Trick Williams versus Ricky Saints, and I cannot wait to see how that all plays out. But I feel like Ricky Saints is going to pick up the win because it's time for Trick Williams to move to the main roster. So this is pretty much the lineup for NXT Halloween Havoc. So we had the Day of the Dead match with Ethan Page and El Nino de Dr. Wagner Jr. for the North American Championship match. We have the Broken tag team match with Matt and Jeff Hardy versus Dark State. We have the North American Women's Championship with Zoria versus Blake Monroe. We have the tag team match of La Porca and Miss Iguana versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater. And we have the main event match. We have two matches. So we have the JC Jane and Tatum Paxley match for the NXT Women's Championship. And then the main event is Trick Williams versus Ricky Saints for the NXT Men's Championship match. So pretty much this card is stacked. I cannot wait. And also I cannot wait because like some of the stars have been teasing their outfits for Halloween Havoc, and like they're getting in the spirit. So we're gonna see a lot of like Halloween style gears and like entrances, and I cannot wait. That's my favorite part about Halloween Havoc. The matches, but also the entrances, because people always go out. I want to see the references. I cannot wait. This is gonna be fun, and I can't wait to see you guys next time.